Okay, also today we are going to do a skin look. Now this is how I like to cream contour and highlight. I did kick this into like a voiceover, but I'm talking the entire time. I'm using this is the e.l.f. Cream Contouring Bronzer and Blush Palette. Now I really just go in with this today. I might use this again and kind of talk about how much I like it for an everyday look in an upcoming like get ready with me or something, but you can tell this is very well loved. I absolutely love this product. There are a few products that I love for contouring and highlighting and yada yada, but I definitely plan on doing a video talking about specific products, like my favorite highlighters, my favorite liquid highlighters, my favorite contouring and bronzing things. I want to do very specific videos like that so I can talk about multiple things in each of those videos and why I like them. But for this video, this I feel is the cheapest and best. I mean, this is like $5 I think at Walmart or H-E-B. Great quality. e.l.f. for me is very hit and miss. Like either you're gonna get something for like $10 or less and it's the best thing you've ever tried, or you're gonna get it and you're gonna absolutely hate it. For me, I've had this obviously forever. This is so well loved. I absolutely love this. This is wonderful. It comes in 2 or 3 shades. This is the lightest one. I use this for bronzing and contouring. It's like the perfect shade. I go into that more in the video and the voiceover, but I absolutely love this. It is wonderful, and I think this is the best for beginners, so that's why I used it for this video specifically. But if, you know, in the future when I do other videos talking about other contouring and highlighting things that I like, you can do the same technique, but with those products. I just feel like this is the most accessible, high quality for a low price, easy place to start is this baby right here. So that's what we use today. And I did film this eye look. I did put it up on my Instagram with a poll. That's actually going to be up when I upload this video today. That poll is still going to be up. So go let me know if you actually want to see this eye look. It's just a neutral cut crease. I used the Stila Perfect Me Perfect Hue palette, the same one that I did that whole like 3 look video about. I didn't do a cut crease in that video. I used it for a cut crease today. So if you want to see that, definitely go let me know on my poll on Instagram in my little story. And give me a follow while you're there. Before we get into this video, also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below anything that you want to see. And I would say that I upload every Tuesday and Saturday, but for literally the past month straight, all of my Tuesday videos have been so messed up. They haven't gone up on time. The video has crashed, or my computer crashed, or something went wrong, or I was sick. It's always the Tuesday video, so I upload every Tuesday and Saturday. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so the very first thing that we are going to do is go in with foundation. I will say if you are a beginner, then if you are a beginner, I would definitely recommend going in with a thin layer of concealer, because all the other cream products that we're gonna add on top, even if you use like a powder foundation to set your foundation, all of those things are going to add coverage. So you don't wanna start with this super full coverage foundation and then just layer even more on top. You're going to end up with a little bit of a cakey look. So prime your skin like normal. I use a hydrating primer. It will be listed down below. And I use a hydrating foundation. If you have oily skin, then use things that work for your skin type. But I will say, especially if you're a beginner, go in with a pretty thin layer of foundation. You can always go in and add more coverage once you're done with the contour and concealing portion. It's very hard to take things away after things start looking cakey. So then I'm going to go in with this angle brush. It's like a fluffy angle brush from Real Techniques. I really love this because it's dense enough to kind of buff stuff in, but the shape of it really helps get those contours very easily. So I'm starting with the cheekbone, and I'm starting at the back. Basically, just like with anything else, even if it's eyeshadow or anything, wherever you want it to be the most dark or most pigmented, that's where you want to set your brush down first. So we're going to start at the very back by the ear. And you're going to want to end this contour at the end of your eyebrow. Otherwise, it's going to be coming in too far and it's going to look a little unnatural. I also take this up onto my forehead. And if you're curious about how you should be contouring your face, for your cheekbones, if you have a hard time finding what angle, I would say go from the top of the ear down to the corner of your mouth. That is the angle you should be following. And again, stop at the end of your brow. You can also go drag this contour along the jawline like I'm doing here, and then I would say go under the ears and down the middle of your your neck, I guess, like right on your throat. That's going to be very flattering for your neck and your jawline in pictures. It's going to make your neck look really shapely and your jawline look nice and sharp. For the forehead, I don't really have a huge forehead. I think I have a really average forehead. I like to put my contour more on the side of my forehead, but if you feel like you want to bring your forehead down a little bit, if you maybe have like a 5 head, then you're going to want to take that all along the top on your hairline as well. Don't blend it down too far, but putting even just a little bit right on your hairline in the middle of your forehead, not just on the sides, will kind of contour your forehead in a little bit. Now, what I think is most flattering for cleaning up underneath the contour, even when I was a working artist, never ever used a highlighting shade. I would just go in and kind of sharpen up that line a little bit with the foundation. If that bronzer gets a little bit low or the contour gets a little bit low, it can be messy and you'll lose that chiseled look. Just go in and clean it up with the foundation, because to me that blends in way better with the color of your neck than the highlight shade will. You're going to end up looking like you have a really white face with a bunch of brown stuff on it if you put that highlight like at every single place. So if you want to clean up that contour, I would say go in with the foundation, not with the highlight color. Now I'm highlighting with concealer that's a few shades lighter than my skin tone, right down the center of my face on the chin. I don't go wider than my mouth. That's going to make my chin look nice and like skinny. If you want your chin to look a little bit more wide, maybe you think you're too thin down there, you're going to want to take it a little bit farther out past the corners of your mouth, if that makes sense. I also put it on the top lip, right in the center, to make that look a little bit more pouty, down the center of my nose and in the middle of my forehead, especially in between my eyebrows. Then I'm going under. I did use 2 concealers. I just mix them together to get the right color. You can just go in with your favorite concealer that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation. So I'm going to go in this like triangle form. You've probably seen it before. That's going to conceal your dark circles a lot better than doing like a half moon shape under your eye, and it's going to contour your cheekbones and make them look nice and high and sharp. If you have a wider face, you're going to want to stop this highlight at the end of your eyebrow. I have a pretty long skinny face, so I take that all the way out to my hairline to kind of widen my face out. Then right here, I'm just taking a powder on a clean beauty blender and pushing that into my skin. I don't really bake. I have very dry skin. You can bake. You might want to be a little bit careful with flash photography. I like to just use a either very good translucent powder that doesn't flash back, or a regular face powder or foundation, a powder foundation, to set my entire face even right over there, those contours. Now here, you could leave it here. You could do highlight, and if you want to be shiny, and blush and leave it here. But if you want to deepen that up, then go in with a little bit of bronzer right over where those contours are going to be. If you're a working artist, you're definitely going to want to do this. This looks gorgeous in photography, and it's going to last so much longer. This is the kind of makeup that I do when I'm going out for like a long night and I know there's going to be lots of pictures, because as soon as like the powders kind of start to wear off, that cream is going to be underneath and it's going to keep that structure there and keep everything very long lasting, and again, look very good in pictures. So here I'm actually taking a smaller brush, and just at the back there I'm going in with that contour color, not the bronzer, the contour color from that e.l.f. contouring palette, and just putting that at the very back and blending it out from there, so it looks that much more chiseled but nothing too intense. You don't want like big brown stripes on your face usually, just a little bit more chiseled. So then I'm actually just taking that bronzer color. I'm not the best person to ask about nose contour. I just like to put a little bit on the sides up towards the eye, and then a little bit on the tip of my nose, like underneath the tip, to give that a nice shadow. I don't really ever do any kind of corrective contouring. I just make sure that there is some color there so that the nose doesn't just wash away, especially again in flash photography. This will make sure that your nose will actually show up in the picture just by putting that little bit of bronzer on there. Then if you want to be shiny like me, basically everywhere we hit with the highlight, like the lighter color, we are going to also hit with a shiny highlighter. Now, if you're really oily, you might not want to highlight the center of your face as much as I do, but I'm very dry. I don't really have to worry about that. So I'm putting that all over the center of my face and on the top of my cheekbones. Just use your favorite highlighter if you like to do that.
And then I always go in with blush. I'm definitely a blush girl. I think that blush ties a look together like this and makes it look so much more blended and natural than anything else. Blush is definitely key, especially if you're pale like me. I don't have any fake tan on in this video. Blush ties this together and makes everything look 10 times more blended and more natural. And you're still gonna look very fierce and cut and structured, but better blended, if that makes sense. You can even see the difference there. It brings such a different life to the contour and to your face in general. If you add that blush, it just makes it look that much more natural, but you're still carved for the gods.
Alright y'all, that is the finished look. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and let me know down below what you think. I will leave everything that I used on or off camera in the description bar below, along with the link to my Facebook and my Instagram, so go ahead and give those a follow as well. I try to keep y'all as updated as possible. I do have a Twitter and Snapchat, but I never ever use them. So Facebook, Instagram, that's where it's at. That's where you can really talk to me, if that makes sense. So also don't forget to subscribe. I upload every Tuesday and Saturday, and you can also hit that notification bell if you want to, just in case, you know, Tuesday rolls around, there's no video, you want a notification when it actually does come out. Could be helpful, I don't know. Other than that, I think we are good to go. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just have a good one. Bye.